Hello! 16-year-old Vivien has spent her entire life at the elite Vestalis Academy, where the girls learn to be obedient, take vitamins daily to improve their health, and diligently care for their facial skin. The students have never seen sunlight, but they're sure that after their 16th level training, they'll be sent to a comfortable home with a loving family. But none of them suspects the terrible things that actually lie behind their training at the prestigious institution. In a specialized institution for girls, Vestalis Academy, with its surveillance cameras and gloomy corridors, 10th level students Vivien and Sophia dreamily discuss how their lives will change when they get to their families. The friends change into their nightgowns in the windowless bedroom, and at the signal, go out to wash up with the others. The girls line up at the sink with a camera in front of it instead of a mirror, and take turns performing the obligatory ritual under the strict surveillance of the supervisor. Sophia, clumsy because of her poor eyesight, drops her jar, and her loyal friend Vivien rushes to her aid. As a result, the girl misses her turn. She desperately tries to rectify the situation, but a red light and an alarm siren signal that it's irreparable. Watchful guards show up to remove and punish the guilty one. Vivien begs her friend to tell them what happened, but Sophia, in accordance with the rules, silently turns her face to the wall and does not stand up for the sobbing Viv. Several years pass. A group of docile girls in a classroom listen to videotaped lectures by Miss Brixel on obedience, modesty, and patience. The leader of the group, the cold-blooded Vivien, looked on adoringly by her friend Ava, strictly controls the obedience of the students. After the end of the school day, according to the schedule, the students go straight to bed. The next day, the demanding Miss Brixel meets the students personally. The woman comes to inform them that as of today, they are all promoted to level 16, the last year of their schooling. This means that soon the orphans will be sent to their adoptive families. Straight from the auditorium, under the supervision of the guards, the girls go to their new rooms on the next floor. Vivien, Ava, and Rita find themselves in the Rose Hall, along with the other students who already live here. Among them, Viv recognizes her old friend Sophia, whom the girl coldly ignores and resolutely takes the best spot in the room, immediately indicating her leading position. Every day, the girls at the academy obediently take the vitamins under the supervision of cameras.
Vitamins are necessary for healthy growing bodies.
The girls have their lunch while sitting on the cement floor. Even here, the meek Ava continues to follow her perfect friend Vivien, who now tries to watch Sophia stealthily, nevertheless, keeping her distance. Sophia breaks the years-long distance herself, catching up with her friend at the bathroom stall and begging to talk so she can justify what she did on level 10. Her attempt to apologize is interrupted by a signal announcing a general meeting. The girls meekly line up in front of Miss Brixel, who announces that soon sponsors will arrive at the academy to choose their adopted daughters. On this occasion, the woman gives the girls elegant dresses with their names embroidered on them, which the illiterate students cannot even read.
What does it say?
It spells grace.
The girls are allowed to spend the next day in the fancy dresses, which, however, are covered by the aprons required to perform household chores. Vivien is doing laundry with another girl when Sophia suddenly appears and asks to swap tasks with the other girl, deliberately offering an easier job. The girl happily agrees, and the former friends are left alone. Despite Viv's cold replies, Sophia insists on talking and warns her not to take the vitamins. At the same moment, Ava appears and asks for her friend's help. Vivien reacts sharply, suspecting her of spying. Thinking over what she heard from Sophia, the best student of the academy who always unconditionally follows the rules, does not swallow the regular capsule and secretly flushes it down the toilet. As a result, the girl does not instantly fall asleep with the rest of the students after lights out. Sophia is not sleeping either and reveals the secret of Vestalis Academy to her friend. Vitamins put people into a deep sleep. She also warns the shocked Viv, if someone appears in the bedroom, you have to pretend to be asleep. The girl must immediately put this advice to use, as Miss Brixel comes in, accompanied by her guards, and points at two girls whom the men immediately carry away. One of them turns out to be Vivien. She opens her eyes on a couch in an unfamiliar room, with Olivia lying unconscious next to her. Upon hearing a sound behind the door, Viv pretends to be asleep again. Miss Brixel appears in the room with an elderly couple of sponsors. While the man greedily examines the young, well-groomed faces, the old lady nervously studies her own reflection in the mirror, doubting whether it's the right thing to do. A conflict almost breaks out between the couple, but eventually, the lady makes the decision, choosing Olivia.
We'll buy that one. Pay them?
Miss Brixel takes the man away to seal the deal. A huge guard returns Vivien to her bed, and immediately, under the supervision of the stern warden, grabs the next child, Rita, who has attracted the attention of other sponsors. Shocked by the horrifying discovery that the girls are not adopted, but bought, Vivien can hardly comprehend the situation. Sophia, on the other hand, noticing that for the first time in years Miss Brixel did not close the bedroom door behind her, begs her friend to run away. But Viv, like the other students, blindly believes that the air outside is poisonous and impossible to breathe. Sophia fails to change her mind, and soon Miss Brixel's footsteps are heard in the corridor again. She briskly continues trading the girls, and this time, the guard takes Sophia away, but soon brings her back to the bedroom and closes the door behind him. The next day, the remaining girls are sent to Dr. William Miro, and Vivien recognizes the voice that had been accompanying her for years from the video camera speaker. For the girl, this fact immediately creates sympathy and trust in the man she sees for the first time. The doctor examines her and informs her that she must be vaccinated because of a fever outbreak, and the girl is forced to obediently bare her arm to get the injection. Viv and Sophia continue staying awake and talking after bedtime. The girl learns from her friend, who hasn't taken her sleeping vitamins for a few years, that the routines in the 4 different halls are different, which is why they never meet. At the time, they must go to bed, and the girls from the other halls just wake up. They go to their classes, work, take vitamins, and go to bed. Then the next group does the same. Each group is only awake for 5 hours, but there is also a dark hour, which is repeated 4 times a day when absolutely everyone sleeps. The friends believe they can make their escape at this time, thus remaining unnoticed. The main problem lies in opening the door, which requires a shiny card that Miss Brixel and the guards use. Sophia, who has kept the secret for years, encourages her friend to tell the other girls about it. Viv firmly refuses, believing that then the escape could fail and cause the brutal punishment the girl experienced years ago to be repeated. Vivien thinks of stealing the shiny card from the doctor because she perceives him as a good-natured and attentive man. The girl shows up at the doctor's office after his work hours under the pretext of a private conversation and carefully watches the card in his hands as the man first opens and then closes the door. But what Viv doesn't see is the suspicious look in the doctor's eyes as he escorts her out. Soon, Dr. Miro's vaccine causes some of the girls to develop a fever. Others, including Sophia and Viv, develop a red rash on their forearms. Despite this, the girl still disagrees with her friend's suggestion of telling the others the truth about Vestalis Academy. Vivien is certain that the girls trained by Miss Brixel will not believe them. In response, Sophia reveals to her friend one more secret that she has previously been silent about. To Viv's horror, it turns out that sometimes during the dark hour, a guard comes into the bedrooms to molest the sleeping girls. Knowing much more about the horrors of the academy, Sophia continues to plot their escape plan. She finds her friend in the utility room and offers to take the shiny card from the guard the next time he sneaks into their bedroom at night. Vivien vehemently rejects this option.
Guards are animals. All they do is hurt us.
Viv's sharply raised voice during the conversation draws the attention of Ava and her friend. They take the opportunity to rush and report the inappropriate behavior over the phone. Miss Brixel instantly announces a general meeting. She snatches Vivien from the ranks of the lined-up girls and takes her away with her. However, instead of corporal punishment, she puts the girl in a cage and tells her that she can let the girl out in the morning if she shows her obedience. Otherwise, this cage will be the last thing Viv will see in her life. Left without the partner and with a risky plan, Sophia makes a rope from the bed sheets to attack the guard. The girl's expectations are justified. Soon, the door to the room opens and the burly man appears, immediately sitting down on the bed of his next victim. The girl boldly pounces on him from behind, gripping his throat. She manages to topple the man, after which Sophia immediately makes her way out into the hallway. However, the thug gives chase and catches up with the fugitive in the laundry room. The girl manages to grab an iron and knock her pursuer out with a blow to the head. Sophia takes the guard's card and immediately rushes to Viv's cage, but does not have time to put the key in, as the dark corridors of Vestalis are deafened by an alarm siren. Without freeing her friend, Sophia runs away. Shortly thereafter, Miss Brixel herself releases Vivien. The woman brings her to a general meeting, which Dr. Miro and the guard are also attending. The doctor takes the floor and declares that Sophia has betrayed the school, but that all the students will be held responsible and punished one by one until the stolen card is returned. The first victim of physical torture is Rita. Miss Brixel, who has learned of the students' actions, decides to personally oversee the intake of sleep-inducing vitamins. The woman puts capsules into the girls' mouths herself, paying special attention to Vivien. At night, the girl has to fight desperately against sleep. Vivien begins to search her friend's bed and finds the card in her hiding place. The key does not work from inside the bedroom though. The girl gets the idea to unscrew the bolts on the door hinges with the corner of the card, which turn easily with just a little effort, and eventually, she manages to take the door out completely. Half conscious, she advances down the corridor towards the light in Dr. Miro's office. but finds Miss Brixel there, who tries to attack her with a tranquilizer shot. Viv manages to beat the woman and take her down with a blow from a desk lamp, after which she ruthlessly sticks the tranquilizer syringe in her back and takes the key. The girl freely passes through all the doors and goes to the lower level, where they hold all the punished girls. She finds Sophia among the prisoners in small cages, her hands bound tightly with a plastic band. To cut it off, the friends sneak into the next room, where they find sharp medical instruments. Looking around the room, the girls see plastic bags, on one of which they barely manage to read Rita's name. Vivien opens the bag and discovers her friend's body with her face cut off. Vivien instantly decides to flee, despite her friend's pleas to save the other girls. She stands her ground and leads Sophia to the exit at the top of the stairwell, but the girls do not escape to their freedom just yet. Vivien agrees to her friend's insistence and waits until she brings the others herself. Sophia returns to level 16 and bursts into a lecture of another group. Meanwhile, Vivien notices a security guard who has left the other floor, not closing the door behind him. The girl sneaks into the hallway and finds the room where she was brought to be evaluated by the sponsors. There, on the big screen, is a presentation of the Vestalis Clinic and its revolutionary methods of rejuvenation, using a donor's face. Shocked, Vivien goes to Sophia's aid, and while her friend tries in vain to convince the other girls to escape, she drags Miss Brixel into the classroom and announces her discovery.
And they will take you downstairs and skin you like an animal.
This is confirmed by the transplant scars on the neck of Brixel herself, which Viv shows to the girls. With this evidence, the students put the villain in a cage and head for the exit. However, Ava does not wait for Vivien to open the door with the key and pushes it, immediately triggering an alarm. The girls break into a run. They manage to fight off the guard, but two more soon appear, from whom Sophia and Viv hide in a cage, locking the door from the inside. Soon Dr. Miro appears too and continues to play the role of the good guy. However, the girl declares that she knows what's going on and in front of the villain, cuts her face with the scalpel she took from the operating room so that he will no longer be able to use it. The guards take away Dr. Miro, who has let his investor down, and moments later, the girls hear deafening gunshots coming from behind the corner. The friends spend the night in the cage. In the morning, the police come to their aid. They come out from their shelter, seeing sunlight and rain for the first time in their lives. As always, you can find the name of the movie in the video description. Meanwhile, let us know in the comments. If you were Vivien, would you trust the person who has already betrayed you once? And would you try to free the other girls, or would you only save yourself? And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next awesome retelling.